AI is very good at writing code, and code beats Excel. It's more powerful and it's more flexible. This report is pure code, one HTML file, the same code websites are made of. Dashboards like this look beautiful, but they don't show the numbers, the calculations behind it, and Excel was excellent at this. This report goes even further. You can click onto every number, you can see how the calculation was done, and you can also dive into the source data and see where this information was taken from. Here's how I built this in 3 simple steps and why I cancelled Excel afterwards. The input for this analysis are 3 CSV files: orders, products, and returns. The rest is only ChatGPT in my case, but you can use any large language model of your choice. I built this dashboard with 3 simple prompts, and I started with a simple build my sales report from the files step. The HTML part is the only thing you have to know, so we use an interactive standalone HTML file that is this website structure. The rest is more depending on the type of file you want to analyze and about the type of result that you want to have. This first prompt provided this dashboard here. It allows me to select the period. I can check my revenue either via chart or via table, and I also get some more insights into the revenue by category and also my top products. I can also switch the theme if I want to. So this is a nice first generic analysis, but I want to dive deeper. I want to get more insights into that data and also get some actions that I could perform based on this analysis. My next prompt was more about the analyst part now. So I want to dive deeper into the numbers and get insights. And again, this is HTML. This is code. So it is fully flexible. You can add more details, more source data. You can update it. You are fully flexible and not tied to any Excel tool, for example, which certainly has its advantages because it's standardized, but it's also coming with certain limitations. If you ever worked with multiple Excel workbooks and tried to connect those, had complicated formulas, you know where this leads to. So after my second prompt here, the dashboard became more usable. I now have some insights directly at the top, which give me information about my best seller and also about the highest return rate here, and also more data about my business here, this e-commerce business. Additionally, further down, we also have a product health overview now. So we see highlighted the high returns for a specific lamp type. And we also see that a specific monitor stand is a rising product in our portfolio. Once again, you can also show this as a chart. If you hover over the chart, you also get more information about that data. And I don't want to dive into that dashboard because, as mentioned, you can make this as detailed as you want to. But now comes the crucial step in here. This is all give or take. I cannot see any data behind those numbers. How is this revenue derived? How are the orders calculated? What about my return rate? I have no idea on how AI performed those calculations. And this is now fixed by our third step in this dashboard, where we just kill the black box. I now want to be able to click every number in my dashboard to see how it was calculated and which files were used. And then I want to be able to dive into the source files to see exactly which numbers were used from the corresponding source file. And what you should make sure is that it should render the complete CSV inside the dashboard. So I don't want to access the original dashboard. I want to render this again as HTML in my dashboard to make this fast and convenient and properly formatted. This last step now shows you what we had at the beginning of this video. If I now click the gross revenue, we have this overlay. We get an overview of the calculation logic behind that revenue. We get the idea of the files that were used to calculate this number, and we can also inspect the source. So for the orders, we get the full data from the orders CSV files, and I can also highlight rows that were used in my current calculation. So it's an interactive dashboard inside the dashboard, so to say, which allows me to dive deeply into the data used for a specific calculation. And the crazy thing is, this works for every number in this dashboard. Units sold, same logic, I can access this. I can turn the top products to the table, select the Nord candle, and I'm again in the same pop-up. And again, I can inspect the source where this data was taken from. And this now is a completely different story than what we had with Excel. This is extremely efficient when it comes to processing data. So you can add lots and lots of source data to that files and continue with your analysis. It is highly flexible. You can change the entire look. You can add more features, more details, less details. This is basically an unlimited output generation logic, which is clearly superior to Excel, because Excel was nice for us humans to build those dashboards, those overview with the different charts and tables, but now AI builds this. We are just interested into the output, the final numbers, and of course we want to check the numbers. So we want to dive into the calculation logic behind those data, which can be achieved easily now with this logic. So as said at the beginning, I really don't use Excel anymore. This is not just some AI is fancy video. Try it with the prompts I provided in the video. Use your own sample data, let those data create by AI, and use an interactive HTML website as output for your dashboard. It really works well, and it's a completely different way on how to think about analyzing and visualizing data.